What if I told you that pill you're taking every morning to stay healthy might actually be shortening your life? I'm not exaggerating. According to recent medical research, seniors taking the wrong supplements face up to a 40% higher risk of premature death. This isn't internet hype. It's documented in peer-reviewed journals. Here's the terrifying reality. One vitamin on this list has been directly linked to brain shrinkage. Another silently calcifies your arteries while you think it's protecting your bones. And the most dangerous one? It's probably sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, recommended by well-meaning doctors who haven't kept up with the latest research. After 60, your body changes dramatically. Your liver processes nutrients differently. Your kidneys can't filter toxins as efficiently. And certain vitamins that were beneficial in your younger years can now accumulate to dangerous levels. What you're experiencing might not be normal aging. It could be vitamin toxicity in disguise. The #1 supplement on our must-take list was shown in a landmark European study to reduce all-cause mortality by 36%. That's better protection than many prescription medications. Before we dive in, drop a comment letting me know where you're watching from. Now let's expose the truth about the supplements that could be silently harming you. Dangerous Supplement 4. Vitamin A, retinol form, the silent toxin builder. You've probably heard vitamin A is essential for vision, immunity, and skin health. And that's absolutely true. But here's what your multivitamin label won't tell you. After 60, vitamin A in its retinol form becomes increasingly dangerous. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that your body can easily flush out, vitamin A is fat-soluble. This means it gets stored in your liver and fatty tissues. As your metabolism slows with age, these stores can build to toxic levels. But I don't take vitamin A supplements, you might be thinking. Check your multivitamin label. If it contains retinol, retinol palmitate, or preformed vitamin A, you're getting the potentially harmful version. The symptoms of vitamin A toxicity are insidious: dry skin, joint pain, dizziness, and blurred vision. Sound familiar? Many seniors mistake these for normal aging when they're actually signs of chronic vitamin toxicity. A 2022 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found something truly alarming. Excess vitamin A intake in older adults was associated with a 25% increased risk of atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that dramatically raises stroke risk after 60. 3. Iron, the oxidative stress accelerator. Iron supplements after 60? This could be one of the most dangerous health mistakes you're making. Most people associate iron deficiency with fatigue and weakness. Doctors routinely prescribe it for anemia. It's in countless multivitamins marketed to seniors for energy and vitality. But here's the medical reality that's rarely discussed. After menopause for women and throughout adulthood for men, iron requirements drop significantly while absorption remains efficient. The result? Iron overload becomes a serious risk, especially if you're supplementing unnecessarily. Here's why this matters. Excess iron doesn't just sit harmlessly in your body. It triggers oxidative stress, essentially internal rusting that damages cells, inflames tissues, and accelerates aging. It forms compounds called lipid peroxides that are directly linked to Alzheimer's disease, heart problems, and even cancer. The symptoms of iron overload, joint pain, fatigue, memory problems, heart palpitations, are frequently misdiagnosed as normal aging or other conditions. Meanwhile, that excess iron is silently damaging your brain, heart, and liver. 2. Calcium as a standalone supplement, the artery hardener. For decades, calcium supplements have been pushed as the answer to osteoporosis fears. They're in every bone health formula, recommended by well-meaning doctors, and taken faithfully by millions of seniors. But here's the shocking truth that emerging research has revealed. Calcium supplements taken alone may actually increase your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and dangerous arterial calcification. The problem isn't calcium itself, it's where it ends up in your aging body. When you're younger, hormones and growth factors help direct calcium straight to your bones. After 60, especially for postmenopausal women, this system becomes less efficient. Without proper traffic directors in your body, supplemental calcium often deposits in soft tissues and arterial walls instead of strengthening your skeleton. The very supplement you're taking to prevent fractures could be calcifying your arteries and increasing cardiovascular risk. A meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal found that calcium supplements increased heart attack risk by approximately 30% in older adults. That's not a small number. It's a serious health concern that most seniors are never warned about. Beyond heart risks, calcium supplements frequently cause digestive issues like bloating and constipation. They can block absorption of other essential minerals like zinc and iron. And if you're taking acid-reducing medications, as many seniors do, you're probably not even absorbing much of that supplemental calcium anyway. 1. High-dose vitamin B6, the nerve destroyer. This is perhaps the most surprising and least recognized danger on our list. Vitamin B6 seems harmless. It's water-soluble, widely recommended for energy, nerve health, and brain function. It's in virtually every B-complex and multivitamin formula, but at high doses, especially for seniors, B6 becomes neurotoxic. That's right, the very vitamin you're taking for nerve health can actually damage your nerves when taken in excess. Unlike most water-soluble vitamins that simply flush out when taken in excess, B6, particularly in its pyridoxine form, can accumulate in nerve tissues. Once levels get too high, it begins damaging sensory nerves, causing symptoms like tingling, numbness, burning pain in hands and feet, balance problems, and muscle weakness. What's truly frightening is how often these symptoms get misdiagnosed as diabetic neuropathy, arthritis, or just getting older, when the real culprit is sitting in your supplement cabinet. The official upper limit for B6 is 100 milliliters daily, but research shows that toxicity can occur at much lower doses, as little as 50 milliliters daily over time, particularly in seniors whose metabolism and kidney function have slowed. Yet many nerve support and energy supplements contain 50 pounds to 100 milliliters in a single dose. Stack that on top of your multivitamin and fortified foods, and you could be unknowingly damaging your nervous system day after day. And once B6 toxicity causes nerve damage, recovery can take months or even years after stopping the supplement. Essential supplement 4. Magnesium, the overlooked mineral your body craves. Now let's shift to the nutrients you absolutely should be taking after 60, starting with one of the most overlooked minerals in senior health, magnesium. By the time you reach your 60s, your body's magnesium levels have likely plummeted. This happens through a perfect storm of factors: decreased absorption efficiency, increased renal excretion, and the magnesium-depleting effects of many common medications like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and certain antibiotics. The consequences of low magnesium are far-reaching and often misattributed to just getting older: muscle cramps that wake you at night, irregular heartbeat, anxiety, insomnia, constipation, and even resistance to insulin that drives up blood sugar. What makes magnesium truly essential is its role as a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body. It helps regulate blood pressure, supports proper nerve and muscle function, maintains heart rhythm, and even helps your body produce energy from food. Research has linked magnesium deficiency to increased risk of atrial fibrillation, irregular heartbeat, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and even Alzheimer's disease. Yet an estimated 70 to 80% of Americans don't get enough, with seniors at highest risk. Not all magnesium supplements are created equal, however. Many common forms, like magnesium oxide, are poorly absorbed and often cause digestive upset. For seniors, the most bioavailable forms are magnesium glycinate, gentle on the stomach and well absorbed; magnesium citrate, helpful if constipation is an issue; or magnesium malate, excellent for energy production and muscle function. 3. Vitamin D3, the hormone that powers everything. If you're only going to take one supplement from this entire video, strong evidence suggests it should be vitamin D3. Why? Because vitamin D isn't just a vitamin. It's actually a hormone that influences over 1,000 different genetic pathways in your body. After 60, your skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight drops by more than 50%. Combine this with less time outdoors, more clothing coverage, sunscreen use, and the fact that many seniors live in northern latitudes, and you have a recipe for epidemic deficiency. The consequences of low vitamin D extend far beyond weak bones. A landmark 2020 review in the British Medical Journal found that seniors with vitamin D deficiency had a 50% higher risk of respiratory infections and a 30% higher risk of dying from all causes, including heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Vitamin D works as a master regulator of your immune system, helping it respond appropriately to threats while preventing the chronic inflammation that drives aging. It supports brain health, with low levels strongly linked to cognitive decline and depression in older adults. It even helps regulate insulin production and sensitivity, influencing your risk of metabolic disorders. Yet standard blood tests reveal that up to 80% of seniors have insufficient vitamin D levels, especially during winter months, and most multivitamins contain nowhere near enough to correct a deficiency. While the official recommended daily allowance is 600 to 800 IU, clinical research suggests most adults over 60 need 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily just to maintain adequate blood levels, 30 to 50 mmol. If you're already deficient, you may temporarily need even higher doses under medical supervision. 2. Vitamin B12, the brain and energy protector. If you're over 60 and experiencing unexplained fatigue, memory problems, tingling in your extremities, difficulty walking, or mood changes, you might be among the millions of seniors with undiagnosed vitamin B12 deficiency. This critical nutrient becomes increasingly difficult for your body to absorb as you age, creating a silent epidemic of deficiency that often goes undetected until serious damage occurs. Here's why. B12 absorption requires adequate stomach acid and a protein called intrinsic factor. After 60, your stomach naturally produces less acid. Add in common medications like antacids, proton pump inhibitors, or metformin for diabetes, and B12 absorption plummets further. The consequences can be devastating. B12 is essential for myelin, the protective coating around your nerves that allows proper signal transmission. Without enough B12, this coating deteriorates, leading to neurological symptoms that can mimic dementia, Parkinson's, or multiple sclerosis. B12 is also crucial for red blood cell formation, DNA synthesis, and energy production at the cellular level. Without it, every system in your body struggles to function. What's particularly troubling is that standard blood tests often miss B12 deficiency until it's severe. Many labs use outdated reference ranges that don't catch subclinical deficiency, levels that are already low enough to cause symptoms but not low enough to trigger medical concern. The solution is surprisingly simple. Supplemental B12 informs that bypass the stomach's absorption limitations. Methylcobalamin or adenosylcobalamin are the preferred forms, as they're more bioactive than the commonly used cyanocobalamin. 1. Omega-3, fatty acids, EPA and DHA, the longevity nutrient. We've saved the most powerful supplement for last. If there's one nutrient that could be considered nature's anti-aging medicine, it's omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. These essential fats are arguably the most studied supplements in scientific literature, with thousands of clinical trials demonstrating their benefits for virtually every aspect of health after 60. Let's look at the evidence. A massive 2021 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 42,000 older adults and found something remarkable. Those with the highest omega-3 blood levels had a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. That's not just heart disease, that's all causes of mortality. Another major study in the journal Circulation showed that omega-3 supplementation reduced the risk of fatal heart attacks in seniors by an astounding 45%. These aren't small improvements, they're life-changing differences. Why are omega-3s so powerful? They form the very structure of your cell membranes, particularly in your brain and nervous system. They regulate inflammation throughout your body, the same chronic inflammation that drives heart disease, arthritis, cognitive decline, and most age-related conditions. They help maintain proper heart rhythm, keep blood vessels flexible, reduce triglycerides, support brain function, and even help regulate mood. Without adequate EPA and DHA, every system in your aging body becomes more vulnerable. Yet despite this overwhelming evidence, over 68% of Americans over 60 have suboptimal omega-3 levels. The primary reason? We simply don't eat enough fatty fish, the main dietary source of these critical nutrients. While foods like salmon, sardines, mackerel, and herring provide EPA and DHA, most seniors would need to eat fatty fish at least 3 to 4 times weekly to get optimal amounts. That's why high-quality supplementation becomes essential. You've just discovered the unfiltered truth about supplements after 60. Information that pharmaceutical companies, supplement manufacturers, and even some healthcare providers aren't sharing widely enough. If this information has helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, Natural Health Secret. We're dedicated to cutting through the health myths and bringing you science-backed information that can transform your well-being. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest research on natural approaches to living longer and stronger. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these supplements surprised you the most? Are you currently taking any of the ones we recommended or warned against? Your experience might help someone else on their health journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video where we'll reveal more natural health secrets that can change your life.